Welcome to Lori's Stamping Place. Oh, Lori's Stamping Place, Lori's Crafting Place.blogspot.com. And I'm glad to have you join us today. And we're going to be doing some fun fold cards. And that went along with the template series. And so I thought, well, let's just make them instead of trying to show you the templates and the cards and all that. So that's what we're going to do, is just do some fun folds for a while. And so let's get started. So I'm going to turn you around this way and bring you down so that you can see my, well, that's a little too far. So, oops, sorry about that. So you can see my work area here. And I think this will work perfect. Okay, so the first card we're going to do is a pop-out fun fold. Okay, this was the some of these that I said I would show you a video on how to make these cards, and I think these are really, really cool. So we're going to have this one. This is the one that I made, the sample that I made, and we're going to make this now. So I just love these. I think they're so fun. So we need a piece of blue that measures 9 3/4 by 4 1/4. And we're going to take this and we're going to put it in our paper trimmer. We're going to measure over here to 1.5 inches. I think I'll go clear up here. So let me turn you so you can see that. We're going to go up this way, measure it 1.5. And then we're going to come in at 3. Oops, not with that. We're going to come in to the 3 here. You can see there's a 3 written on here. And make sure, oops, I moved that. Don't want to move it. We want to stay at 3.5. I think I need to move over a little bit. I mean, at 1.5, not 3.5, 1.5. There is 1.5 right there. And then this part comes to the 3. We're going to cut down to 7.5 inches. I'm pretty sure that's what I want. Yep, 7.5. So we take this blade, go from 3 down to 7.5. Okay, and that makes our cut here. All right, then what we're going to want to do is, this is our 1.5. We want to measure over here, and I'm going to make a little tick mark with my pencil. Okay, then the next thing that we want to do is we want to come over here to 3 inches. Okay, so we're going to put this, let me turn you back around here. We're going to put this in at 3 inches. Get rid of that blade. We don't want that. We want our scoring tool now. And we're only going to come down to where we made that cut. So we're going to score only to that cut mark. Okay. So you can see what I did. I made my score mark only to this cut right here. Then we're going to measure it at 5 1/4, and this one's going to go all the way down. So 5 1/4, and we're going to go all the way through here. Okay, and then we need to make one more. Let's see how I want to do this. We need to come to the end of this where the cut is, and we need to come up here with the scoring tool. Let's see, is that going right? Right there. I want a little bit off. And so that's okay. I'm gonna come back over here and do this. And then what I can do with that second one that I made, just take my little bone folder here and make that crease come out. And it's kind of like erasing it. So it kind of will erase that second one that I did. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do there. Then we're gonna be cutting some paper. So let's just set this aside for a moment. Let's cut some paper. I need a piece here that is 1 7/8. Let me think here what I'm gonna do, because I got the black too. So I think, let's get some white out here. I know I have a piece of white, because I'm gonna use this for the sentiment. And I'm gonna cut this at 1 7/8 by 3 7/8. So we're gonna go 1 7/8. Okay, 1 7/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, and this is going to go on this side right here. Okay, so we're going to set that aside for a minute. And then I'm going to use, I think I want the black. I think I do. And I want this one at 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. So 2 5/8. We're gonna cut this one here by, what did I say, 3 7/8. 3 7/8. Okay, because that's gonna be a layer. So I'm gonna stick it there, and then we're gonna cut a piece of this out, which will be 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. So let's see, 2 1/2. Okay. And then that piece is going to go on top of this, and you can just see how it pops it. I like it. So that one's going to go there. That one's going to go over here. And I'm just kind of getting them laid out here before I do anything else. Okay, then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these little ones out. So these are going to be 1 5/8 by 2 3/8. So 1 5/8. Okay, my tripod here is getting in the way, but I think we can do this. Let's see. Did I have another piece of black? Must have used it already. I don't know. I don't know what I did with it. Okay. That is not correct. Let's see here. 1 7/8 by 2 3/8. 1 7/8. 1 7/8. Okay, yeah, that should work. That is bigger. Okay, 1 7/8 by 2 and 3/8, 2 and 3/8. And that's gonna go in there. That's 2 and 3/8, 2 and 3/8. And that one's gonna go in there. And then we need to have some more of this. This is 1 and 3/4. Okay, that's not quite white enough, so let's see. Hopefully we can get some out of here. 1 and 3/4. I hope I don't mess this up. 1 and 3/4 by 2 and 1/4. And that will go inside that one. And that one's a little short. So let's do this again. 1 and 3/4 by 2 and 1/4. 2 and 1/4. Go right there. And 1 and 3/4. Okay, and that one's going to go inside that one. And then I think I need some little ones here, because we have these two little pieces here that we need to put on. And so these are, let's see, 1 and 7/8. 1 and 7/8. Ooh, that's pretty close. 1 and 7/8 by what? 1 and 7/8 by 1 and 7/8. That's pretty close. But that's not right. I don't know what's not working here. I'm going to, I'll be right there with you. I'm going to cut that right here. So sometimes I do that. Sometimes I'll just lay it down and see what we get here. Okay, I think that's going to work. Okay, so this is 1 and 7/8 by 1 and 1/4. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I don't see my other piece of black, so we'll use this one here. What I'm going to do is just set this one on here like this and cut around it instead of measuring it out. This is what I do sometimes, and it's just as quick as trying to lay it out. Okay, so then we have these two that'll all go in here, and then we need this. So let's see, got a couple of these. Oh, here's that other little black piece I was looking for. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to lay this inside here. This is my cheater's way of getting it exactly where I want it. So let's cut this off right here. And let's cut this off where I made that other mark right here. And this one will go inside that one, just like that. And so then what I will do is take this and lay it on this little piece, making sure I get it even. And then we'll cut around this one. So we'll cut right here, and we'll cut right here. Okay, and then these two will go inside here and here. And let me see what I want to do. Okay, I guess we can just put this away and we'll just start putting this card together. I'm going to move that out of the way over here. And we're going to take this and we're going to set all these off for a moment so we can fold this. Okay, so how we want to fold this is we want to fold this one back and this one forward. Okay, so that's the middle part. Then we want this one to be folded back, and this one is going to go this way. Now we can just take this and fold it over. So do you see what I did? I folded this one back, this one forward, this one back, this one up here forward, and that made it so it all folded into an A2 card. Taking my bone folder and creasing these creases, and there we've got our card base. Okay, and if you look these up online, you can find them under Z fold, because if you look at that, it looks like a Z. Okay, so now we're going to flatten it back out, and we're going to start putting our pieces together. So I'm going to take and put the front of my card on. And this is just double-sided paper that I'm trying to use up. And I'm going to put that on the black. I really like the black as a border. So we're going to smush that down. We're going to put some glue on the back side of this. And put it on the front of the card base. Trying to give it a border all the way around. And then we shall take and put this one together. Put that on the black, leaving a border around it. Okay. This on here, and put this one in this one, making sure we leave a nice, oops, we don't want to do that. You see that? It moved. So I'm gonna, oh, it didn't stick. I'm glad it didn't stick. I caught it. Caught it with my fingernail or something. Okay. So we will put this one on this other one, using a little bit of glue. Making sure we've got a border all the way around it. And more glue on here. Use a lot of glue, don't I? It's all right. I like glue. Put this one in here, kind of lining it up with the other one. Making sure I stick it before I smush it around. Now we're going to put these ones down here. And if you didn't want to do it this way, you could make these white and then use that for some kind of a, whoops, you see what I got to talking and so wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. But that's okay. And then we'll just go this way. That works. So we'll stick that one on there. Okay, so let's try to put this one on first. Just makes it nicer to do it this way and then put it all down at once. Okay, make sure. Oh, see, I got it upside down. No, that's okay. Alright, I can live with it. I don't know if you can live with it, but I'm okay. I got those ones upside down too. That's alright. Okay. Now we'll take this one and we're going to put it on here. Because this is the one that's going to have our sentiment on it. Oh, I'm going to make this one go down. Do that, do that, that, and that. There we go. Okay, I think I'm done with that. Don't need that anymore. So I wanted to use, I think the happiest of birthdays, or one of these. Let me see. This is an old stamp set. Let's see if this one's going to be too big. I think it is going to be too big. So, let's see what I'm going to do here. I am going to put this little flower. And so what I'm going to do is use a piece of scrap here, because I don't want to end up getting it on the blue. And I'm going to get my black out. And I'm going to go like this. There. And that's okay if it didn't come all the way over there. That's fine. Oops, I just got ink all over me. That's not fine. Wipe that off. Okay, alrighty. And then I'm going to put this one, I think, yes, dear friend. Okay, and I'm going to stamp that, hopefully straight. Good. Alright, dear friend. Then what we will do is we're going to take and color this flower. So I'm going to get some green here for the leaves. We're going to color those. And the stem. Well, like I said, it's okay that the stem didn't come all the way out to the paper. And then I want some yellow. Let me see when my yellow disappear. There it is. Yellow for this center here. And some pink. I'll use some pink. I'm going to kind of make some dark pink here. And then we'll color this a lighter shade of pink. Okay, there we go. And just use some watercolor pencils. And there's our card. I think it turned out pretty. You could add some rhinestones to it if you want. Let's see, I've got my bunch of rhinestones here. I love these. Oh, I could take these colored ones. I've got pearls. I've got all kinds in this package. And I think I got them on Amazon. So I originally got them because I do face painting. Well, at least I did for the last 4 or 5 years. And so I just thought, I would use them now for because I'm not going to be face painting. So I'm going to miss doing that, but it was sure fun. Let's see, what colors do we want? How about let's put, I'm going to go ahead and put this right down here. Put a blue and a smaller blue and a littler blue right there. And I think I'm going to put, I got a little white one here I'm going to put in the center. Whoops, if I can get a hold of it. Well, it's not working here. So I got a big thumbnail and then no little fingernail. There, we'll put one right there. And I should have another one. Do I have another little white one? Yeah, right here. That I can put right. Oh, there it went again. Let's try to do this again. Put that one right in the center. I can get it to flip over. Let's see. There we go. Now I put a couple on the front, on the flower, center of the flowers, and then these ones over here. So there's our card. And it, once again, is called a pop-out fun fold. You can see how it pops out. Okay, or you can call it a Z fold, because it does look like a Z. Anyways, there we go. So that's the first card in our fun fold. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you give it a try. And until next time, happy creating. Okay, bye-bye.